Hello, everyone. Welcome to Confidence with Coffee. My name is Heather. I'm here with my water because I'm trying to drink more water, so I'm trying to drink less caffeine. But I hope you're enjoying a little bit of downtime and something nourishing to drink. I am introducing this week's featured guest, which is Maggie Perotin, who is just such an amazing person, but has an amazing story. We share our backgrounds in being from corporate world, corporate leadership, and Maggie shares her story and how she came to found the Stairway to Leadership, which is a coaching organization, effectively, but coaching women to help them grow their business online. And so in this podcast session, then you can hear Maggie and I discussing, how we're both used to working with business to business and now working business to consumer, how that's shifted things a little bit. And also, how some of I learned quite a bit from Maggie about, what the bright side is about, I was saying, I found that business to consumer isn't something I'm very used to. And she said, well, actually, you don't have to find all the decision makers and, key stakeholders and all the things that you have to find if you're working with another business. So some real bright side stuff, which was good for me to think about. But we talked, quite a long time about, how to show up and really have an authentic tone of voice. We talked about copywriting, and we talked about social media. We talked about recording lives, and how we both started off with not wanting to put our picture up online, and then having to go from there to, being everywhere, and how much easier that gets. So if that's something for you, then it's definitely worth having a listen to Maggie's. Either the podcast is here on our YouTube channel. If you search Confidence Through Cabaret and the Vodcasts, you'd find it under Maggie Perotin. Or you could check out the podcast, which is anywhere you get your podcasts. It's Confidence Through Cabaret. Just search it on your favorite podcast host. And Maggie is actually also very live in our Facebook community, which is Confidence Through Cabaret on Facebook. We're on all the socials. We'll tell you about that in a minute. I wanted to come back to something else that Maggie was sharing, which was, really we were talking about what leadership means. So let's have a listen to the clip that I've chosen from Maggie's podcast.
So in actually many ways, because I believe we're all leaders. I do. Okay,
right.
As human beings, we're all leaders. Sometimes we lead family, but we need to start with ourselves. Like for me, leader leads by example, and you can't lead by example if you can't lead yourself. So even building that trust and relationship with yourself as a business owner, right? Like because I work with the business owners, and doing what you say when you're going to do, right? Keeping your own promises. Then that comes with the time management, but it really starts in that leadership, right? If I committed to something, and even if it's to myself, and that's sometimes the hardest to do, right? When we commit to a client, to a best friend, we always sort of keep that promise, but to ourselves, it's not that easy. But starting there, that's what helps you actually become very effective with your time in your business, with the creativity and so on, and then grow your business to the point where you need employees and be ready, or collaborators, whatever, and be ready to actually lead them. And in a way, when you're a service business, and again, especially if you're a coach and you have some sort of thought leader, then you're leading your audience. You need to lead them too, right? That creating that movement or whatever. Let's say you're a health coach and you really believe in certain things that you teach, and how you want to help people. So you're creating that movement. Well, you are a leader, right?
Yes. Yeah, I love that. Certainly one of the truisms, and it's truism because it's true, is that in leadership we lead by example. So starting with ourselves, starting to grow, that gives us and helps us be creative and helps us to grow even further. And also about leading people and creating movement. And leaders are well, anyone who's following somebody, that makes them a leader, right? So as Maggie says, if it's one person, you're a leader. And that starts with ourselves around keeping promises and what we do for others. And, we often, a lot of us will start with the, what we do for others, right? So I can do things for others, and I can help others, and I can find energy for others, and I can care for others. And then we don't do the same thing for ourselves. And so really taking that time to start with ourselves and really trying to, nurture ourselves in the way that we would nurture others, keeping our promises to ourselves as we would for others. So we are all leaders. And our leadership skills. I mean, that's my profession. I've had a leadership business for over 25 years in my training consultancy. And that is my topic, is around interpersonal skills and leadership. And, there are so many truisms around leadership, but a lot of times people will say, oh, leadership can't, you can't learn leadership because it's something that's innate. You either have the charisma or you don't. That's simply not true. You can learn any of the skills around leadership, and you can cause others to follow you, and you can cause others to feel inspired by your vision, by sharing your vision, by knowing what your vision is, by sharing your vision, and then by inspiring others to join you in following that vision. And I always ask a question when I'm working in a leadership program in business, which is, you as a leader, think about you as a leader. So would you follow you? And that's a really interesting one, because a lot of times people will say, well, do as I say, not as I do, and you should do this, but I don't do that, So if you think about keeping promises to yourself, right? And you think, okay, so I'm now going to tell other people how to be confident, or how to feel inspired or motivated, or how to follow their passion, and you're not looking after yourself, then the cracks are going to show. The authenticity is not there. You need to be living what you're inspiring others to connect with. And so, leadership is very different, because you can't manage somebody to war, but you can lead them. You can cause them to be inspired for the cause. And I'm not advocating war by any means. I'm just saying that those things, that the momentum that happens is very important, but you have to believe in it, and you have to live in it first. So people are following your journey. And I'm constantly surprised. Pretty much every week, somebody will chime in on either my Instagram, Confidence Through Cabaret, or my Facebook community. And, the Facebook community, I sort of think, I guess people aren't engaged that much. And then every once in a while, someone who hasn't said anything for a long time will chime in. And I think, aha, you've been here the whole time. You just haven't had anything to say, or you've chosen not to say, or for whatever reason, and I don't know what those reasons are. It depends. But, for whatever reason, this post or this conversation or this question has struck a chord, and then people are engaging. But people are following your journey. You don't always know what's going on in terms of your following, but counting your followers, sometimes also to say, oh, my Instagram's growing really slowly, and I only got 2 or 3 or 4 new people in a day, and then I think, actually, that's great, right? That each one of those people that engages with us, each one of those people that asks questions or wants to know more, or likes something, or shares it, or follows, or whatever it is, or says nothing, each one of those people that connects with us in some way, they're somebody who is inspired or connecting with your message or your vision. And that's important to remember, that each one of those is a person. So going, only 1 or only 3, it's like, but that's people. Those are actual people who want to follow your journey, who want to engage with your journey, or who even just want to quietly, silently sit and observe your journey. So even with 1 follower, you are leading somebody. And this conversation continues on with Maggie Perotin over on the podcast, Confidence Through Cabaret, anywhere you get your podcasts. We have all the socials, as well as the YouTube channel, all Confidence Through Cabaret. There are 2 that are not Confidence Through Cabaret. So you can go to confidencethroughcabaret.com. That has our connections, that has amazing masterclasses. I posted the other day the masterclasses that we've got on our member suite on our Facebook, on our website. And it was unbelievable when I looked at it and thought, that's inspiring. All the workshops and all the master classes and all the things that real experts have shared with us, just so wonderful. And we have a Clubhouse, which is I'm at Heather YBYWYS. And I also have Confidence and Attitudes is our club on Clubhouse. And then on Twitter, we are at YBYWYS. And that stands for it is your body. It is your stage, whatever stage you choose. And it is your world. And you deserve to take up space. You deserve to feel great, and you deserve to be heard and seen. So enjoy your body, your world, your stage. Whatever way you want to say it, it's your right to choose. It's your right to belong. It's your right to set boundaries. And it is your right to share your visions and your passions. You deserve it. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again. Bye.